Okay, so with the flanker finished, I'm ready to start my next project, and just turned up in a post today was this, the Tamiya's 72nd scale A6M 2B0. I don't know why I seem to be attracted to zeros. It's not an aircraft I think about every day, but over the last few years I seem to have built 3 or 4 of them at a rate of about 1 a year. So when I saw this for a good price from Hobby Easy in Hong Kong, I added it to my shopping list, and it turned up, as I say. It's just turned up today. Good service. Took only 7 or 8 days from Hong Kong to the UK, so I'm happy. Paid equivalent of about £8 or £9 for this. Again, buying direct from the Far East, you make significant savings over buying them from the importer once they get into this country. So anyway, that's the Zero. So let's just have a quick look and see what we have in the box. So we've got it comes on, as you can see, it comes on three sprues. There's 2 grey sprues and also 1 clear sprue. So let's just get rid of the bags. And bin them off. Okay, so I'm just going to put that to one side. So clearly tooled based on the research from sort of three or so years ago when they did the 48 scale zeros, and prior to that another 4 or 5 years previous to that when the 32nd scale zeros came out. So it's fair to say that Tamiya at this point have got the zero shape down pretty much pat. As you'd expect from Tamiya in this day and age, it's superbly moulded, pretty much perfectly moulded kit. Some very, very fine detail, and looking around I can't see any flaws on it at all. Nice that Tamiya seem to be following. Actually, this is really quite remarkable. Tamiya are following in Airfix's footsteps, which isn't something you expect to hear very often, in that the fuselage sides around the cockpit have been thinned out and the detail added to the thinned out section. So rather than just having the detail moulded onto the thick fuselage halves, which can make it look out of scale, they've actually thinned the fuselage plastic in the area of the interior and put the detail onto that. Like I say, it's not something you normally expect to see Tamiya following Airfix's lead on, but Airfix have been doing that for a couple of years now, and then this is the first Tamiya kit I'm aware of that's included it. So yeah, as you can see, pale grey plastic, very nicely moulded. So there's a sprue with all the undercarriage, with the wings and fuselage on it, prop, and one of the spinners. And here's the auxiliary sprue, which has got things like the engine, drop tanks. Basically, it's all the ancillaries on here. It is worth noting that they have included the another prop and spinner for, I presume, Nakajima-built aircraft. There were slight differences between the factories producing them on things like props and spinners. Tamiya have included this in this model. One small stub sprue here, which has a single part tooled cowling on it, which is the sort of thing that Tamiya really excel at these days. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm hoping, but as I say, that's one part. For a full cowling with all the undercuts and stuff in place, which, as ever with Tamiya, is a fairly remarkable piece of moulding. And finally, in terms of plastic in the kit, there's the clear sprue, which contains a closed canopy section there, windscreen separate, and also it's got an open canopy section and a gun sight on it. Fairly typically with Tamiya, beautifully moulded, so I don't foresee any problems with those parts, apart from some careful masking. And a couple of the polyvinyl caps that Tamiya are so fond of for doing things like keeping propellers in place and things like that. Decal sheet covering 3 different options, all from the Pearl Harbor attack. Let's get that open. So it's a small sheet, as you can see. It's small but complete. Now a lot of people complain about Tamiya decals being thick. In my experience, they're not thick. The bit that makes them look thick is the actual adhesive that they use. I've actually applied decals, Tamiya decals to the model, and had to spray over the decals, and I couldn't remove them, and they've been completely invisible with all the detail showing through after overpainting. So it's not that they're thick, it's the adhesive makes them look that way. And when I come to put the decals on these, I will go through a little technique I use on Tamiya decals, which has given me consistently good results. It might surprise you when I get there, but we'll go through that when I get there. Instruction sheet. Typically Tamiya, very well produced instruction sheet, very clear, concise instructions. Like I say, there's three colour options covering aircraft from ships involved in the Pearl Harbor attack. You've got one from the Akagi, one from the Soryu, and one from the Zuikaku. So yeah, good selection of colour scheme options with the kit. One thing I don't like about Tamiya these days is generally, where possible, they include, in terms of overall colours, they will only include the aerosol lacquer paint spray references. In this case it's AS29 for the overall colour. I really wish they'd include other options, like the correct option from their acrylic range. Regardless of that, I will be using either, I would presume, either Mr. Colour lacquers or Gianotti's lacquers on this model. And so one of the final little bits, which is very nice, is that Tamiya have included a kind of a small sheet covering the history of the Zero, as you can see here. There's a complete sort of history of the Zero changes through variants. It's Japanese on one side, and it's in English on the other side. So yeah, it's a very nice little addendum giving the complete history of the Zero. So anyway, that's the Tamiya Zero that I'm intending will be my next build. Hopefully it'll be a fairly quick build. So stay tuned for that. It's nice to have a kit of this quality. We've had a few Zeros in the last few years. Airfix released one sort of earlier this year, late last year, which is I think it was last year actually now, which is a nice enough model, very nice, very well moulded, typically Airfix modern tooling standards. Some of the detail can be a little bit heavy on them, and certainly the canopy lines, frame lines are a little bit heavy, but I've seen numerous examples of that built up, and it looks very, very nice when it's built up. I understand there are a few accuracy issues with it, but it still makes a really good looking Zero. And the other one that was recently released was fine moulds from Japan, also tooled to Zero. It's beautifully done, but it's very expensive and almost unobtainable. It was done as a set for a Japanese magazine, and initially released through that Japanese magazine where it was exclusively available. I believe it's since been released as a kit in its own right, but as is usual with fine mould stuff, nice as it is very expensive. So what we have here is a very mainstream kit, which should be readily available in most countries that import tamiya in the very near future. So I would suggest, in terms of accuracy, tooling, it cost me a couple of £1 more in reality than the Airfix kit would have. It'll be a lot more expensive through the importers in this country, but if you're like me and you use Far East, you get direct from the Far East. The extra expense really isn't that great, so this I think will be my go-to zero for the future in 72nd scale certainly, and I can only hope that Tamiya carry on the range and produce some more zero variants for us in 72nd. So that's a quick overview of the new Tamiya Zero, and hopefully I'll get on to building this in the next day or two, and include a few little videos and photographs for you. So stay tuned.